I still can't believe it's finally happening. The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is my favourite game of all time, and for a lot of people, they'd say it's the best game ever made. It came out back in 1998 on the Nintendo 64, and after what feels like decades of rumours, fake leaks and wishful thinking, the remake has finally been announced. After hearing "it's happening" so many different times, I'd almost convinced myself that it actually never would. And no, I don't think I was emotionally prepared. It's my dream. Can't breathe.
There was a land called Hyrule, created by beings of supreme divinity.
No fuck way.
At the very edge of this,
Oh my god.
within it,
Wood.
an ancient solitary forest. Had
Oh my
a
god.
fairy companion.
Link. Oh my fuck god. This year.
So cute!
But at least I wasn't the only one. There were loads of people online posting their reactions, celebrating, crying, completely losing it. And yes, seeing everyone react like that helped make me realise this isn't just another remake announcement, boys and girls, because for a lot of us, this game means something. So before I get into why I had the reaction that I did, let me know down below. What did you think? Were you just as excited, or are you one of the people who'd rather Nintendo just leave it alone? I'm genuinely interested either way. Now, I've said it before on this here channel and literally at the start of this video that Ocarina of Time is my favourite game of all time. I actually made a whole video on it last year, and due to the lack of filming and editing knowledge, I'd prefer you don't go and watch that, to be honest with you. And that's not to say I now think I'm a master of this, but I'd like to think I'm a little bit better than I was. So I guess this is a remake.
Why are you the way that you are?
A remake of my old video, but with some extra new bits, obviously. Pretty sure I did mention this, but I thought I'll just put it in here. Just for why not? The cartridge in this box, I bought the box separately, but the cartridge in this box is the one I played as a kid. It's the one I've always played. I've played it a bloody lot. But it's not actually mine. It's my cousin, Steve's. I actually borrowed his N64 along with all of his games, including Banjo-Kazooie, Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64. When I was a kid, I borrowed them. What? It's not my fault you never asked for them back, so cheers, Steve. Your save is still on there. So the first time I played Ocarina of Time though, I had absolutely no clue what I was doing. I grew up playing Crash, Spyro, Mario, those kinds of 3D platformers, where the goal was just to finish the level, just go forward in the game. I skipped nearly every cutscene, I hardly ever spoke to NPCs, and just wanted to get straight into the action. Then Ocarina dropped me into Hyrule and actually expected me to pay attention. What? Needless to say, I got lost almost immediately and didn't touch the game again for years. Then fast forward to secondary school and I'd made friends with a group of proper gaming nerds. They wouldn't mind me saying that, by the way. We got into retro games, collecting, watching YouTube videos about old games. That became our thing. And one of those friends, his name's James, he told me that his favourite game ever was Ocarina of Time. And he said it and I remember thinking, hang on, I'm sure I have that. And yeah, I did, again. Thanks, cousin Steve. So I decided to give it another go, but I needed help, so James helped me. My brother was helping me through some parts. And guides and game facts definitely helped.
Shame. Shame. Shame, shame, shame!
And while I was learning everything as I was playing, eventually it just clicked. Suddenly I understood why everyone loved this game so much. Finding an item that completely changes how you approach a dungeon, realising NPCs actually give useful and helpful tips, solving puzzles that had me scratching my head for ages, the story of the little boy without a fairy becoming a young man to save everyone. It all just came together perfectly. The music's still one of the greatest soundtracks ever composed, and the Z-targeting combat completely changed 3D gaming. Even Miyazaki, the creator of Dark Souls, Elden Ring, has credited Ocarina as one of the biggest inspirations behind the Souls games. That's how important this game is, not just to Zelda, not just to me, but to gaming as a whole. This hobby, this way of life that we all love so deeply. But none of that's really why it's my favourite. When I finally played through Ocarina properly, I wasn't in a great place. I was still just a kid, but they weren't easy at home. I'll just leave that there. This game became somewhere else, somewhere I could disappear into for a few hours. Somewhere that helped me forget about everything else that was going on. It really helped me, it guided me, and it got me lost in its world. And as dramatic as it might sound, if it wasn't for Ocarina of Time helping me through that period of my life, I genuinely don't think I'd be the same person sitting here in front of you today. One way or another, I wouldn't be here. And that's not me exaggerating, that is the truth. So when the remake was finally announced, yeah, I cried, because it wasn't just my favourite game coming back. It was like seeing an old friend again. And yeah, I've seen all the people saying, oh, we saw this coming. No, we hoped. There is a difference. How many times has Ocarina supposedly been leaked over the last, 10 years? A lot. So for me, I've learned that until Nintendo actually announces something, it's not real. So no, I don't feel silly for getting emotional over something that means so much to me and that I genuinely didn't know would ever happen. And I've also seen comments saying, this is a fully grown man, by the way. Mate, have you seen the internet every time GTA gets a new trailer? Those are the people commenting saying, this is a grown man, by the way, and those are the people that are probably going to book time off work to play the game when it comes out. Not on disc. We all get excited about different things. This just happens to be mine. Now, what excites me the most isn't, it's not like the graphics. It's more, am I going to experience more Ocarina of Time? Is there going to be things added to the world that we didn't see before? It's about experiencing my favourite game again without possibly knowing exactly what's coming up, because I could tell you that game word for word, pretty much. But will the remake change some things? I'm open. I'm completely open to change. Not, not insanely different, but a few extra bits added here and there. That'd be amazing. Bit more lore. That'd be amazing. Come on. Maybe they'll expand the story. Maybe we'll get more character development. New quests or redesigned dungeons. Or maybe they'll barely change anything at all. Either way, I'd still be happy. Like a pig in shit. Now, hey, listen. Is there a tiny part of me that's a little bit scared? Yeah, too right there is. This isn't just any remake. This is Ocarina of Time. It's the game that defined the generation and inspired countless developers afterwards. Nintendo, they haven't just announced another remake. They've taken on one of the hardest jobs possibly ever in this industry by remaking a game that is so beloved by its fans. So, do I want them to modernise parts of it? Obviously, yeah. But don't lose what made it magical in the first place. Don't make it too easy. Don't lose that atmosphere. Please don't lose that feeling you get when you step into Hyrule for the first time. And one of the best things is that a whole new generation now gets to experience what many of us fell in love with years and years ago. People who were too young when it first released, people who never owned an N64, or people who later on cured of it, took one look at those old graphics and thought, nah. Those people finally get the chance to experience what many think is the greatest game of all time. Me included. I've been excited for games before. Breath of the Wild, probably the biggest one. The Final Fantasy VII Remake series. But this is different. Many years ago, this game changed my life. So here's hoping it gets the chance to do the same thing for someone else. Hey, remember the woman crying at the start of the video? That's my friend Sage. She's made a fantastic video about the remake as well, so if you want another Zelda fan's perspective, click the video on screen. And if you want to join our Discord server, the link's in the description. I've been Lexitan Gaming here, you've been there. Cheers.